All right, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about a subcategory when it comes to wavering. Again, the boogeyman when it comes to law of assumption is only one thing, and that is wavering. The only thing you can do is waver. Like I said, I said in my last video, some of you guys need that tattooed somewhere on your body. The only thing you can do is waver. Tattoo it on your forehead if you need to, like that one Drake fan that had Drake tattooed on their forehead like 10 years ago. Some of you guys literally need that. And today we're going to talk about a bit of like a subcategory of wavering, which is maybe not like a subcategory, maybe more so how you yourself can recognize when you're wavering, and you can basically put yourself on guard. You can put yourself on a leash and whip yourself, like actual like BDSM style, like crazy. We'll probably get this technology in the future, but like basically like that, like whipping yourself and keeping yourself in check. That is today's video on how to actually check if you're wavering, and you can immediately jump to not wavering. If you can recognize that you're wavering and you can immediately jump to the new story, that will speed up your manifestation lightning fast. And I know this because wavering was my biggest problem for like a year. I couldn't stop wavering, whether it comes to the time, looking at the time, whether it comes to looking at the 3D, like all this stuff that I used to do. And I wish I could tell this to my old self. And today's one of those videos where I'm kind of speaking to my old self rather than some of you guys. So today we're going to talk about how to check if you are wavering and how to catch yourself and how to turn it around immediately. So yeah, anyways, before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe. If you do want to have coaching with me, if you do want to be one of my clients who I can help out, check out the bottom link in the description down below at school.com. Again, you get to stay there for a full month, not just a few phone calls, not just a few text messages, not just a few emails. You get to stay there and talk to me for a full month where I can actually help you guys and actually give you guys proper coaching than some of what these other people give. So again, full month of coaching with me. Check out the bottom link in the description down below. Anyways, let's get into the video. So today's video is about what thoughts would the person who has it think. Because at the end of the day, that's all you have to do. That is manifesting. If you have a thought that goes against that, that is wavering. Wavering is the only thing you can do. So the way to check if you're wavering, maybe for a day, if you have a day where you're not doing anything, maybe for a day, every hour, like maybe do an alarm clock, put an alarm clock on, and every hour, look back at the thoughts you had in the past hour and just ask yourself the question, hey, if the person who has this, would they be thinking these thoughts? These thoughts that I had during this last hour, would the person who had it, would they be thinking these thoughts? And if the answer is no, well, those are the thoughts that you have to purge. Like Joseph Stalin, like you gotta purge these motherfuckers. And to give a little bit of a cheat code with this, a lot of people, they have a hard time jumping thought to thought. They have a hard time like really analyzing themselves. So instead of saying, hey, if I had this, if I had my SP, if I had the money, would I be having these thoughts? Some of you guys get a little bit, it's hard to judge yourself perfectly. So what you can do, and here's a little bit of a cheat code, is think of someone who already has your desire and ask yourself the question, would they be thinking the thoughts that they have? Or would they be thinking the thoughts that I have? So let's just play this out. Bill Gates, we'll use the Bill Gates example like I said in my yesterday's video. If Bill Gates, when he's not eating children on an island, would he be having your thoughts if you're trying to manifest money? If the answer is no, then you need to purge those thoughts. So instead of asking yourself with the person who already has it, if I myself already had this, would I be having these thoughts about money? If you're trying to manifest money. Instead of that, just think of someone who is rich. Bill Gates when he's not eating children. LeBron James when he's not going to a Diddy party. The Saudi Arabia prince when he's not going to the Epstein, whatever, right? Even he was on the Epstein files. The UAE when they're not trafficking Pakistani slaves and Indian slaves to build their buildings. You know what I mean? The Rothschild, the Epsteins when they're not doing crazy stuff with Israel. Would they be having your thoughts? Okay, let's ground it a little bit. Maybe think of someone in your hometown who is rich. Or maybe think of even like a celebrity or a TikToker who is a YouTuber maybe. If they're rich and they get maybe, I don't know, $1 million a year. So let's go with, I don't know, like some like video game YouTuber or something. Some Fortnite YouTuber who's rich, who gets like $1 million a year. They might not have like $100 million, but like $1 million a year. And let's say you yourself want to manifest $1 million. Just ask yourself the question, would that YouTuber that's rich, would they be having the thoughts that I had during this last hour? And if the answer is no, again, you need to purge that. Okay. And now that's perfect because now you know where you are wavering. This is perfect because if you're wavering when it comes to time delay or time crunch or looking at the 3D or they're just simply not here or anxiety, wherever it is, now you perfectly catch them. You perfectly catch your wavering thoughts, your cheating thoughts, your adversary thoughts, the thoughts driven by Satan in the Bible, which means wavering in doubt. You perfectly manage and organize your wavering thoughts, and now you know how to purge them. You know how to get them out. When it comes to SP, let's move over to SP now. If you're trying to manifest an SP, think of someone who is in love already. Think of someone who already has their SP. Maybe go on YouTube and look at people who have already manifested their SP. And just ask yourself the question, I'm like, dude, they have them right now. My goal is to be that with my SP. What thoughts does that couple have? What thoughts are they having right now? They have a beautiful relationship that is literally like a fantasy Jack from Titanic or Romeo and Juliet or Rhaegar and Lyanna, like some lovey-dovey, especially after the Mad King play, like they have that really lovey-dovey relationship. What thoughts are they having? I want to be that. I want to be that with my SP. So what thoughts are they having? Are they having thoughts of when are they going to come? And are they even thinking about me? And will they call me today? I really hope they call me today. And will I manifest them by this time? Will I be with them during Christmas? Like all those thoughts they won't be having. You're having them. And now these are the thoughts that you need to purge. Joseph Stalin type, purge them. Throw them into the fire. If you, like I said in yesterday's video, if there's a third party, if you are manifesting someone who is already dating someone else, which again, you can do, morally, maybe some people might be a bit uncomfortable with that. But again, when it comes to manifestation, you can manifest whatever you want, even the good and the bad, even the bad and the good, or I should say, but you can manifest anything. And if you do have an SP who is with a third party, you need to ask yourself the question, what thoughts is that third party having with their SP? Because you need to mirror their thoughts. Not only do you have to mirror their thoughts, but you need to put yourself even higher on the pedestal than them. Would they be thinking the thoughts of like, are they going to call me tonight? And are they talking to other people? And do they really like me? And will I have them by this time? And will their parents like me and all this stuff? Like, would they be having those thoughts? If the answer is no, then you can't also have those thoughts. You don't have to be perfect, of course, but you also need to purge those thoughts. So that's wavering. That is how you defeat wavering. That is how you organize wavering and really see it from a bird's eye view, like a Odin sight, like you can really see everything. That is how you do it. You ask yourself the question, these thoughts I had in this last hour, would I be having these thoughts if I already had it? And you can put yourself in someone else's shoes. You can put yourself in Bill Gates' shoes. When it comes to money, you can put yourself in, I don't know, Romeo and Juliet, or I don't know, who are some celebrity couples like Zendaya and Tom Holland, maybe? Like, you can put yourself in their shoes. Would they be having these thoughts? Like, you can think of stuff like that. You can put yourself in other people's shoes and ask yourself the question, would they be having these thoughts? And if the answer is no, those are the thoughts that you need to purge. And this is just perfect. So this is my advice to people when it comes to wavering. You need to listen, I totally understand. It can get very messy. I'll admit, a wavering can get really messy, because when it comes to wavering, it just gets cloudy, it gets foggy, and you don't know where you're wavering. You don't know where to look. You don't know where the exit is. This right here, if you can do what I told you in today's video, you can have a bird's eye view and truly look where you are and where the traps are, where the alligators and bears are in the forest that are trying to hunt you down. And you can find a little pathway back to your SP or back to money and wherever it is. You understand? Instead of jumping and fighting the bears and fighting the alligators and fighting the fog, you can immediately know your path immediately. It's a bird's eye view. This right here, if you do what I tell you in today's video, you can get a bird's eye view when it comes to wavering. So do that. Do that. Ask yourself the question, would I be having these thoughts if I already had my desire? Because again, your goal when it comes to manifestation is just that. Think as if. That's all you have to do when it comes to manifestation, is think as if. So would you be thinking the thoughts that you had during this last hour if you already had it? And if the answer is no, purge those thoughts. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you. Ignore this little thing I have here on my forehead. I don't know why that's even there. I wake up with this stuff all the time. Maybe I feel like someone hits me when I go to sleep, man. Someone like pulls a prank on me when I go to sleep, and I wake up with these scars on my forehead. But whatever. I got to manifest that away. But yeah, either way, hopefully do what I tell you in today's video. Actually apply the law. What else do I have to say? Oh yeah, if you do want to have coaching with me, again, 1 full month of coaching with me. You got to stay there for 1 full month. Not a few phone calls, not a few emails. You have to stay there for a full month. And I can really understand your circumstances, and I can really help change your life like I have for many other people. So check that out at the bottom of the description down below at school.com. Awesome, man. Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah. Bye.